Today's First Alert afternoon weather update is brought to you by Lockhart Roofing.
Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. First Alert meteorologist Diane Phillips joining you today. Hopefully you were able to dry off after the soggy start that we had this morning. We did have that First Alert weather day for our northern counties, and just kind of highlighting what happened, we just didn't have temperatures cool out all the way down towards the freezing mark. So we are finding that the First Alert weather day maybe not necessarily needed, but we're okay that we didn't have the icing. I know we had some school districts that were closed, but overall temperatures only got down to around the freezing mark, 32 degrees. So we didn't see a ton of impacts. The traffic map also didn't slow down either. So overall, a lot of us were able to manage the conditions that we had this morning. However, whenever there is ice, I'm okay if it doesn't pan out in the forecast, because ice is so unforgiving. It's like driving without brakes. So we're happy to see that that didn't really work out for us here in mid-Michigan. The rainfall, though, that really picked up. That was pretty steady here for the morning, and a lot of that has moved out. So that's why we are switching gears to kind of drying out, and we're actually monitoring our temperatures to see how well those are going to be warming up here today. So we are going to be looking at the potential for these temperatures to be up and down, and as they are going through that phase, well, then we can end up with some potholes on local roadways. I know our crews have been mentioning that have been a couple on the highways that are quite big. There was maybe some that were kind of even destroying tires. So we had our very own Zane O'Meara. She was contacting MDOT and some of the crews to kind of talk about potholes as that season is underway, and that's going to continue to be something that we have to monitor here for a while. So I'm going to toss it over to her story on potholes. Take a listen.
Winter and warmer weather means potholes are popping up.
The Michigan Department of Transportation says the recent freeze and thaw cycle are to blame. And as TV5's Zane O'Meara finds out, it's creating a costly commute for some drivers in Genesee County. Zane joins us live from Flint. Zane?
An MDOT spokesperson says between January 2nd and February 11th, they've received 46 complaints about I-75 between Holly Road and the North I-475 interchange. While crews try to work quickly to address the issues, this is the time of year that they start to pop up.
Everybody was kind of just flowing together and going so fast that you didn't really see it until you were right up on top of it.
Potholes creating a rough ride for drivers on northbound I-75 in Genesee County.
There's 1, 2, 3 cars.
Facebook video shows cars just before the Corona Road exit pulled off to the side with hazard lights flashing and drivers inspecting the damage.
1, 2, 3. 3 down there and 2 this way.
Natasha Groff was driving home from Kentucky to Tawas when she hit a pothole on the same stretch.
I instantly could hear like the pop, and then my car kind of was not in control like it was before.
And she wasn't alone.
There was already 3 cars there, and then another one like a couple 100 feet in front of it. So I got between them, and that's when I realized that all these cars had done the same exact thing that I did.
Now she's down a vehicle and facing a hefty repair bill.
I have to buy a whole new rim. I just got them brand new tires, Michelin's, and I have to buy a brand new tire now. That's $400. The rim is not cheap either. I'm looking about $600-700 as I sit as of right now.
I reached out to the Genesee County Road Commission, which is contracted by MDOT for maintenance, including pothole repairs.
We did have about 4 service requests put in on Saturday, and our maintenance department was actually called out there. They did fix it on Saturday evening.
While potholes are patched year-round, reports usually ramp up during this time of the year.
If we need to be doing winter maintenance, like plowing or anything like that, it could take an extra day or 2, but our maintenance crews like to get out there and fix the potholes like as the service requests are coming in, so that people aren't waiting too long.
If you see a pothole and can't avoid hitting it,
make sure that you are heading straight, let off your brake, and just kind of go slowly over the pothole, as that will be the best way to reduce damage.
Drivers may be eligible for reimbursement if the pothole report was made 30 days prior to the incident. While Groff isn't optimistic she'll get her money back, she has a word of warning for other drivers.
I would definitely stay in the middle lane to the right far slow lane and stay as far away from that area as I possibly could. I mean, it's more than just a pothole. Like it cracked my rim completely in half.
MDOT adds that road conditions are checked weekly, but if you see a pothole on an M, US, or I route, you can submit a report online or over the phone to the department.
We appreciate Zane for putting that story together for us. So if you do, again, hit any of those potholes, make sure that you are, well, if you can see them coming, getting off of the gas and slowly starting to apply that brake. And then, of course, do your best to avoid it, but just continue to go straight. You don't want to cause any accidents by swerving into other lanes or into other people. I know that they may be tricky, so it is that season, so just drive with caution out there. It's just like when we have the snow and ice, it looks like we have yet our next hazard while we're on the roadways. So again, be mindful of your surroundings while you're traveling, even in parking lots. I know I've seen some big potholes even there. So you are going to find that those are just going to be popping up here for quite a while yet. We are going to be diving into the forecast after this real quick break. That's when we're going to be highlighting what you can expect for the rest of today, the temperatures that we're eyeing, and we're also going to be looking at our next system setting up for Friday. So don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. Thanks for sticking with us. Let's dive right into that first alert forecast where we are finding that our system is exiting mid-Michigan. So this is what we were tracking for that freezing rain potential. We were also watching this for the heavy rain this morning. I know we could hear it coming over the roof here at TV5, and Matthew was saying that it sounded like a spring day, and that's exactly what it sounded like with that rain coming through. So a lot of that is out over Lake Huron now. We still have the cloud cover from this system, so that's covering the majority of mid-Michigan. We are already seeing some clearing towards Shiawassee County, so Owasso, you're enjoying some sun. Next to be seeing that sunshine is going to be Chesaning, Flint, Flushing, and even Ashley. You have to be starting to at least see some breaks in those clouds. So if you are further south and west throughout Gratiot, Shiawassee, and even the southwest corner of Saginaw County, it's not very long, and you should start to see some of that cloud cover break apart and allow for some sunshine. So we're going to continue to see that sunshine work its way in. That's going to try to come up into the Tri-Cities. We should see that towards the Vehicle City. I anticipate that it's going to continue pushing towards the thumb, but probably falling short to where it will even miss out coming in towards Cairo. You will continue to see that we have some cloud cover along 127, but I'm hopeful that we can bring some sunshine there, because that will be helpful to kind of get those temperatures warmed up. As we take a look at our current thermometer readings, you are going to be seeing those are a little bit stretched for some of us. We have some blue and some green on here. So we are at 33 for Port Hope, 32 still for Oscoda, and 33 for West Branch. So that's kind of right where we were hanging out this morning. And so that just continues to kind of be our location where we hover. We will find that temperatures are into the upper 30s for Marlette and Cairo at 39 degrees. That's also what MBS Airport is reporting. We're at 37 for Midland, 33 for Bay City. We have 36 for Clare, 39 in Mount Pleasant, and then 41 in Alma. So you can see that that sunshine, even though it's not full sun, it's already starting to maybe break through there, so we're getting warmed up. Now also they're picking up on some good sun, and they're already at 51 degrees. So if you can get the sunshine, you are going to be receiving that warmer air for today. It is not going to make it for everybody. So if you're in Huron County, you're probably not going to be seeing the 50s or even a lot of that sunshine. And if you are in West Branch or Standish, same deal. That sun is not going to make it. The cloud cover just isn't going to exit in time before the sunset happens just a few minutes after 6 o'clock. I do want to back out our temperatures, because we are seeing that if you get that sunshine, it can really get cooking. Look at Lansing. They're at 60 degrees now. Jackson is at 61. Kalamazoo is at 63. Kalamazoo's had a couple of hours of sunshine now, and they're just going to continue to have that sun here all the way through sunset. So they still have about 3 hours and 50 minutes that they're going to be able to just continue to build in some of that heat. But yet we are seeing here throughout mid-Michigan, a lot of us, those 30s and 40s yet, we're waiting for that heat to come north. We'll see how far north it does make it, because sometimes these warm sectors just kind of stall out. So we kind of look and get excited that they can make it, but then they just don't make it all the way. So that's why I'm not guaranteeing that everybody in mid-Michigan is going to have a big warm up for today, because the chances of that are looking very much not likely. Now, when we take a live look outside here in Houghton Lake, you can see that we do have that cloud cover, so that's going to just be something that we continue to monitor. Also be mindful of the ice conditions out there. I know that there's still some shanties and some other equipment that is out there for ice fishing. So keep that in mind, that though we have some colder air coming in, the ice has not always been maybe the safest here. So we just want everybody to be cautious while they are out on the ice. Now, we did have those winter weather advisories. Those are all gone from our system from this morning, so we're in pretty good shape there. So we are just continuing to work with the cloud cover, hoping to bring us a little bit more of that sunshine. We'd like to see it for everybody, but again, it doesn't seem like it's going to last, because when we get closer towards the evening commute, you can see that it's sunny all along I-69 and just coming into the Tri-Cities, but it looks like along US 10 and then coming in towards Cairo and then stretching through Sanilac County. That's when that cloud cover just kind of continues to hold on. So we just don't get that sunshine and the warmth for everybody. So if you're looking for some of that, now that we don't have any precipitation coming down, maybe going for a drive, avoiding potholes while you're there, but going for a drive might not be too bad of an adventure if you're looking for some mild air. During the night, though, we will find that we still have some areas of some patchy fog that can be possible, just with the moisture and also kind of still this mild setup with temperatures in the afternoons into the 40s and at times chasing 50s. That's why we're still seeing some of that mild air even at night and allowing for us to see some areas of fog. So just kind of keep that in mind. It'll be patchy and kind of hazy again going into Thursday morning. I don't think we've had too many schools that have had too many issues with that, but it is just something to be mindful of. As we go into our Thursday during the daytime hours, we are going to find that we have the cloud cover in place. Still dry though here during the day, so not too many concerns for your daytime activities. I'm hoping to at least get a few breaks in the clouds, but it's still looking to be partly to mostly cloudy for your Thursday forecast. Now, as we go into Thursday night, we do have a system that's going to start to creep in from the south. So here we are at 10 o'clock. If you are in Flint, Owasso, or Lapeer, you are going to start to see some rainfall come in before the end of Thursday. Now, not everybody's going to see that before the clock strikes midnight, but we are going to see that this system continues to bring rain in from the south. And this is going to be moving through, and even at times have some heavy rain. I'm not seeing severe weather from this one, but still some steady and heavy rain to be possible. This is going to continue to push north as we go a little bit closer towards the Friday morning commute. So as this low pressure system pivots in, it's rotating counterclockwise, so that's why we're spinning that rainfall in from the south. So that's going to continue to push through. The low itself actually is going to start to kind of pivot across Friday afternoon. So that's why we have like a little window of some drier air. So we start on the warm side, then we have the drier air, and that's going to allow for the south or the back side of the storm to bring us some snow showers, because that unlocks some colder air. So that's why we are going to be keeping some flurries and some snow showers in for Friday evening. Now, I don't see anything that's going to really cause alarm for going to any basketball games that we have for Friday, but just keep an eye on the forecast in case we see any of that picking up and building. But so far, this system looks pretty weak and fairly broken. So though we do start out with that rain Thursday night going into Friday morning, it doesn't seem to be a soggy day entirely, so there is going to be some breaks in there. So just kind of keep an eye to your First Alert weather app. I have the QR code right here. That's going to be a pretty helpful tool to kind of keep an eye on this forecast here. Though I had said that it is going to unlock some colder air, we are going to find that our temperatures are still going to be remaining above freezing. So we're still going to be looking at 40s coming in here for the rest of this week. And then as we go into the weekend, that's when we start to see the cooler conditions. And we are going to find that we do have those conditions that are going to allow for us to have those 30s coming through. So just kind of keep in mind that our conditions are going to just be cooling out. We even had some 20s coming in into that forecast. I'm hoping to kind of keep those a little bit on the more mild side. But here's a preview of the weekend forecast. It's not looking too bad. It's not nearly as nice as maybe some other weekends that we have had, but we are going to find that Saturday we have those mostly cloudy skies, and then going into Sunday we kind of have a better chance of snow showers picking up. It's just kind of that system that comes through on Friday. It keeps pivoting some energy back at us, so that's why we're going to be keeping some snow showers in. It's also a little bit cooler. We're right right around 33 degrees. So, and with that northwest wind, that's going to be pumping in some more cooler air as well. So I'm sure the Great Lakes are going to have something to say on that Sunday forecast as well. When we look at the next 7 days, we are, as I had mentioned, going to keep it above freezing. So we'll continue to talk about melting here for a while. But as we go into the weekend, that's when we start to cool it down. So for folks who are hoping to get back out on the ice, well, we're going to have to take some time to kind of build that back in. But at least temperatures do drop below freezing for highs starting Monday and Tuesday of next week. It's a little bit quieter. We're going to be looking at mostly cloudy skies those days. And even overnight temperatures do fall back into the teens. So if you were thinking that we were on to spring and maybe your mind is there, you're going to want to think twice about that. Winter is just not done yet. We do still have February after all to get through. So maybe come March, we might be able to get a little more established into spring, but just not yet. A little too early for that. And that's what the forecast is saying for us as we look through the next 7 days. But that is all that we have prepped for you here today. Make sure that you are keeping an eye to that First Alert forecast in the First Alert weather app. Also tune in today at 4 o'clock. Colette and I will have the latest news and weather if you weren't able to stay connected here this afternoon. And then tonight, starting at 9 o'clock, we're going to have First Alert Chief Meteorologist Chris Eastlake here at the desk. He's going to be keeping an eye on that weekend forecast and also that system coming in for Friday. So don't miss out on that. Again, that's going to be here at 9 o'clock. So we thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, and we look forward to hanging out with you later on.
Thank you for joining us. Today's stream has been brought to you by Lockhart Roofing.